What are the small openings located mostly on the underside of leaves where gas exchange occurs? Stomata. What do muscles consume a lot of during exercise? Oxygen and glucose. Why is reducing single-use items good for the environment? It reduces carbon emissions and waste. What is the purpose of the heart pumping blood rapidly? To supply oxygen and nutrients. What are the basic celestial components that make up a galaxy? Stars, gas, dust, and dark matter. What is the process called that uses electrical energy to drive a chemical reaction? Electrolysis. Which specific area of the brain first receives various sensory information such as vision, hearing, and touch? The cerebral sensory cortex. In plate tectonics, where is new crust generated? Mid-ocean ridge. Which organelle produces energy within the cell? Mitochondrion. What three elements do plants need to perform photosynthesis? Light, water, and carbon dioxide. Which experiment first demonstrated the interference of light? Young's double-slit experiment. What is the accelerating expansion of the universe attributed to? Dark energy. If breathing is irregular, what effect does it have on exercise performance? Reduced endurance. To what is the force on a charged particle in an electric field proportional? The charge and the strength of the electric field. What is the phenomenon called when iron exposed to air undergoes oxidation? Corrosion. If two equal forces act in opposite directions on an object, what happens to the object? It does not move. What functions is the left hemisphere of the brain primarily responsible for? Language and analytical thinking. What is used to neutralize an acid? Base. Which planet in the solar system has the most moons? Jupiter. Which atomic model describes electrons orbiting the nucleus? Bohr model. What is the layer of rapid temperature change with ocean depth called? Thermocline. Which group of elements is located at the far right of the periodic table? Noble gases. What is the phenomenon called in which the shape of the moon changes? Lunar eclipse. What problem arises if the immune response is excessive? Autoimmune disease. In uniform circular motion, how is the direction of angular velocity oriented? Perpendicular to the axis of rotation. What observational evidence supports the expansion of the universe? Redshift. What is the phenomenon called when a solid changes directly into a gas? Sublimation. What effect does positive emotional expression have on the brain? Increases secretion of happiness-related hormones. What resources does bioenergy utilize? Biological resources, biomass. What technique demonstrates that the brain operates with electrical signals? Electroencephalography, EEG. When throwing a ball to make it go farther, what should you change? The direction and magnitude of the applied force. What are the large units in which the Earth's crust moves? Tectonic plates. What is a cell that senses stimuli called? A sensory receptor. Why does a stretched rubber band snap back when released? Because of stored elastic energy. What basic unit are cells in living organisms? The basic unit of living organisms. What are the bubbles formed when water boils? Water vapor. What two organs make up the central nervous system? Brain and spinal cord. What functions does the nervous system perform in our body? It transmits signals and regulates responses. What do the number of valence electrons affect? Chemical properties. Approximately how many days does it take the Moon to orbit the Earth once? Approximately 27.3 days. Thanks for watching all the way through. Share your science knowledge in the comments. Your support helps us create even more science quizzes. See you in the next one.